Hello there, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Let's tap into the energy around your connection and the person you're focused on and see what Spirit wants to reveal today. As always, keep what resonates with your heart and release anything that isn't meant for you. All right, Cancer, let's get into your reading. Something extraordinary landed on this table tonight, and the warmth pouring off these cards is undeniable. A presence wraps tightly around every card position, and it pulses with a devotion I rarely witness. The air shifted the moment I laid this spread, and whatever lives between you two practically glows. This person fell so deeply in love that the fall itself rewired their entire emotional inner landscape. Their affection arrived without warning or logic, and it consumed every rational thought they desperately tried holding. Nothing about this feeling follows ordinary patterns, and the cards confirm it carries a rare lifetime weight. A love beyond comparison is what the cards titled this reading, and every single position echoes that this person is completely head over heels, and their heart beats exclusively in rhythm spelling your name. The magnitude of what they carry for you, it bends the energy of this spread toward pure devotion. I cannot overstate how loudly this affection radiates tonight, and it only intensifies with each card revealed. Their emotional landscape transformed permanently because of you, and the old version of them ceased to exist entirely. Before this feeling took root in their chest, they operated on a completely different emotional frequency altogether. The shift that occurred inside them was seismic, and no part of their inner world went untouched. The first card greeting us is the Ace of Cups, and it overflows with brand new emotional beginnings. The Ace of Cups confirms a love so startling that even this person cannot fully comprehend its depth. This card radiates an emotional rebirth washing over them suddenly, and it left them permanently altered from within. The ace holds no cynicism or emotional guardedness whatsoever, and that raw openness defines their feelings. Now, their emotions pour outward like water from an endless cup, and the current surprises even them constantly. Following that, we have the Empress sitting gracefully here, and she amplifies the nurturing, protective quality entirely. The Empress confirms this person craves nourishing your happiness, not simply admiring it from a comfortable, safe distance. Their devotion operates on a level including caretaking and tender sacrifice. And the Empress validates that maternal energy. The way this person thinks about your well being, it mirrors how a garden keeper tends sacred, irreplaceable blooms. This card also suggests abundance flowing directly from their feelings, and everything they touch regarding you multiplies. The Empress paired with the Ace creates emotional richness, and you stand at the absolute center of it. Then the Two of Wands adds intentional future planning layered beautifully on top of this devotional emotional foundation. The Two of Wands confirms they already envision a shared path, and that planning started quite long ago. Their love does not exist solely in the present. It stretches forward into timelines they mapped out deliberately. This card depicts a figure holding the globe carefully and choosing your specific direction above every single other. The closing card here is the Knight of Cups, and he arrives bearing the ultimate romantic, heartfelt offering. The Knight confirms this person approaches with a heart fully extended, holding absolutely nothing in reserve whatsoever. He represents a lover who leads with emotion over ego, and this person mirrors that archetype perfectly. The Knight glides toward connection with graceful, quiet determination, and that same glide defines how they approach you. Romantic gestures that most people only perform in movies, this person considers them natural extensions of their love. The sincerity powering every romantic impulse they feel, it runs deeper than performance or temporary infatuation ever could. This opening painted a portrait of love transcending ordinary infatuation, and the depth captured here feels extraordinary. The devotion across this spread tonight, it belongs to a rare category most people only ever dream about. This reading opened with pure, overwhelming affection, and the cards left zero question about the intensity involved. Their love resembles nothing ordinary or predictable, and these cards insist you prepare for something genuinely extraordinary. The emotional temperature radiating from this opening is almost unbearable, and every position confirmed that fiercely tonight. The depth woven through each card tonight, it speaks to a devotion that redefines what love can become. The cards pivot sharply toward you now, and a deeply personal emotional frequency begins humming through this spread. Something inside your chest already knows what this reading carries, and that knowing moves you just a little. You spent weeks telling yourself that feelings this intense cannot possibly be mutual, and the doubt grew louder. The part of you that guards against disappointment, it built elaborate reasons to dismiss what your heart sensed. Your intuition kept nudging you awake at strange hours, whispering things your logical mind refused to accept. A warmth settles over you in random quiet moments, and it arrives without any logical cause or trigger. You caught yourself smiling at nothing recently, and the smile came from a place you cannot fully explain. That unexplained joy confused you because nothing on the surface changed. Yet everything inside shifted without your permission. Your emotional compass spins in circles lately, and landing on a clear direction felt nearly impossible until tonight. You wanted proof before allowing yourself to feel fully, and that need for proof became its own prison. The walls you maintain are not built from coldness. They exist because loving deeply once left you devastated. Vulnerability requires a bravery that you possess but rarely deploy, and the cards see that tension living inside. The hesitation you carry is not weakness at all. It is scar tissue of a heart that remembers. Your caution tells a story about a person who loved tenderly once and learned painful lessons about trust. As a water sign ruled by the moon, your emotional currents run deeper than most can grasp. And that depth is precisely why these feelings have been arriving with such overwhelming weight. The Four of Cups illuminates your inner world first, and it captures your emotional exhaustion with sharp precision. This card confirms you grew weary of offerings that disappointed, and cynicism replaced your natural open warmth. You sat with arms crossed emotionally for quite some time, and the universe kept placing cups before you. This card reveals that the offering you overlooked, it was never the wrong one at the wrong time. Your exhaustion blinded you to genuine gifts arriving quietly, and the Four of Cups gently corrects that blind spot. What felt like emotional numbness was actually protection, and recognizing the difference changes everything about how you proceed. The next card arriving is the High Priestess, and she honors the depth of your intuitive inner wisdom. The High Priestess confirms you already possess the answers buried beneath layers of overthinking and manufactured rational doubt. Your gut feeling about this connection was accurate from the very beginning, and the cards validate that instinct. The High Priestess invites you to stop seeking external confirmation because internal knowing always surpassed outside validation. You sense the truth in quiet moments alone, and that sensing was not wishful thinking or desperate fantasy. It was your deepest wisdom communicating through channels that logic cannot access, and those channels never lie. The stillness you cultivated during uncertain nights, it actually sharpened an ability most people never develop fully. Your inner knowing operates on frequencies that rational thinking dismisses, but those frequencies proved accurate. The High Priestess carries the same lunar wisdom that flows naturally through your moon-ruled heart, making her arrival here especially significant. The Seven of Cups completes your emotional portrait beautifully, and it speaks directly to the overwhelm you feel. The Seven of Cups confirms you see multiple possibilities ahead, and choosing between them paralyzes your decision making. Dreams and fears blur together in your mind recently, and separating real potential from imagined outcomes exhausted you. The Seven reveals that clarity arrives once you trust feeling instead of analyzing every detail of it apart. Your heart already selected the right cup from the lineup, and your mind simply needs to catch up. The gap between what you feel and what you allow yourself to believe, it narrows rapidly starting tonight. Every card surrounding your energy honored the complexity of your emotional state, and none judged your hesitation. You deserve to receive without conditions or apologies. And the cards confirm that readiness lives inside you already. The question keeping you up at night finds its answer here, and that answer matches what you hoped. Your emotional readiness reached a tipping point, and the only thing remaining is permission you must grant yourself. The universe positioned you at this exact moment, and nothing about your arrival was accidental tonight. Trust the warmth that appeared uninvited because it represents something the cards confirmed is profoundly and completely genuine. A powerful presence floods into this reading now, and the cards rearrange to channel what burns inside them. Their emotional signature hits these cards like thunder, and the intensity of what lives inside them is staggering. This person battled with themselves for longer than anyone suspects, and the internal journey reshaped everything they thought. Loving this deeply caught them completely off guard, and the surrender that followed was neither quick nor painless. Their entire belief system about relationships crumbled under the weight, and rebuilding from that wreckage took genuine courage. Previous experiences taught them that love always demands a sacrifice, and they grew accustomed to paying unfair prices. This connection introduced a variable they never anticipated, and that variable dissolved every defense they constructed carefully. They tried resisting the pull with everything available, and resistance proved futile against what their heart wanted. The first card reflecting their inner truth is the King of Pentacles, and it reveals grounded, devoted energy. The King of Pentacles confirms this person approaches love seriously with the care of constructing an unshakable foundation. Their devotion expresses itself through building and providing, not through empty romantic gestures that vanish by morning. The king shows a person who measures love through consistency, and their consistency toward this connection never wavered. They invested quietly without announcement or expectation of reward, and that silent investment accumulated into something massive. This person views love as architecture requiring patience, and every beam was placed with deliberate, intentional care. The king also reveals tender sacrifices made willingly because providing comfort became their deeply personal silent mission. They restructured priorities around this connection quietly, and the reorganization reflected the depth of their commitment. The next card surfacing is the Devil, and it reveals the consuming magnetic quality of their emotional attachment. The Devil confirms this person struggles with the intensity of their own desire, and it overwhelms them constantly. Their feelings border on consuming attachment at times, and that intensity moves them because it feels unfamiliar. The devil does not represent darkness here. It represents a love so powerful that controlling it became impossible. They lie awake, replaying moments together consistently, and the replay never satisfies the longing for more closeness. This person recognized their emotional chains willingly and chose wearing them because freedom without connection felt empty. The devil reveals a tender longing running beneath everything, and that current moves through every thought they hold. Their soul responds to the mere idea of closeness, and that visceral reaction caught them completely by surprise. The Eight of Cups adds complexity to their landscape, and it reveals a deeply painful, necessary departure. The Eight confirms this person walked away from something familiar, specifically to pursue what their heart demanded. They abandoned comfort and security deliberately because staying meant betraying the truest feeling they ever experienced. The Eight reveals a person who chose the unknown over the safe, and that choice cost them dearly. Walking away from the familiar required bravery they barely recognized, and every departing step ached deeply. Each step toward this connection confirmed they made the only honest decision, and regret never entered their heart. Temperance closes this section, and it reveals the balance this person desperately seeks within their emotional currents. Temperance confirms they harmonize devotion with patience now, and that alchemical process continues evolving inside them daily. The extremes they felt needed blending into sustainability, and temperance guides that integration with quiet, divine wisdom. This person matured because of what they feel, and that growth was neither comfortable nor optional for them. Their inner world tonight resembles a landscape after transformation where old structures fell and new growth emerges everywhere. The love living inside this person rewrote their entire operating system, and the old version cannot be restored. They became a different human because of this connection, and every card in this section documented that metamorphosis. The depth of their devotion operates on frequencies that most people never access, and it remains entirely genuine. The energy shifted into rapid acceleration, and concrete external movement now dominates this entire spread. This person stopped planning and started executing, and the transition between those two phases happened with startling speed. Their actions carry an urgency, eliminating any reversal, and momentum builds with every single passing hour. Decisions that simmered for weeks now boil into the physical world, and their execution is precise. They cleared obstacles from their path methodically, and distractions that once consumed their attention got dismissed without ceremony. The reorganization of their daily life accelerated, and space was created for what matters most to them. Old habits dropped away like dead weight, and the person standing in that cleared space barely resembles their former self. Their calendar reflects shifted priorities now, and blocks of freed time speak louder than any declaration. Responsibilities that consumed their evenings evaporated, and the empty hours now belong to a single focused purpose. Communication they postponed for ages suddenly feels mandatory, and the words formed before doubt could intervene. Conversations with people in their circle already began, and the tone left zero room for any ambiguity. They told trusted friends where their heart points and reactions ranged from shock to immediate full support. Cautioning voices urged restraint and patience, but this person already moved past the stage where caution holds power. The Page of Wands fuels their movement first, and it ignites a fresh, adventurous, bold energy within them. The page confirms a new chapter launching with youthful enthusiasm, and the excitement is palpable and contagious. This card carries the spirit of beginning something daring, and this person embraced that quality with full commitment. The page reveals a message being prepared or already sent, and that message changes the dynamic entirely. Words typed at midnight or spoken with trembling breath. Communication is actively happening or about to arrive. The page energy suggests a boldness bordering on fearless, but the intention behind it remains pure and honest. Their approach combines fearless initiative with vulnerability, and that rare mixture disarms every barrier standing between. This person treats the next step as adventure, not risk, and that mindset changes the outcome entirely. The Tower arrives as the second card here, and its presence sends a wave through this entire reading. The Tower confirms a major structure in their life is collapsing, and they welcomed that collapse deliberately. Old relationship patterns shatter permanently under this energy, and the rubble clears the ground for something entirely new. The Tower does not represent senseless destruction. It represents necessary demolition of everything blocking authentic connection. This person allowed comfortable lies to crumble, and the truth standing in the aftermath is raw but liberating. The debris of old excuses scattered behind them, and the open ground ahead feels uncertain but completely necessary. The Tower paired with the page creates a paradox. Destruction meeting creation simultaneously, and that defines this moment. They tore down pretense and rebuild with naked honesty, and the construction site of their heart hums. Travel plans connected to this situation exist, either completed or forming, and distance stops being an obstacle. Their feet move in a direction their heart chose months ago, and the alignment feels supernaturally orchestrated. Resolve crystallized into visible, tangible action, and the world around them bends to accommodate what was decided. External actions mirror an internal decision already finalized, and the world now catches up to match that. The bridge between intention and reality shortened dramatically, and that shrinking gap creates undeniable visible shifts. The momentum here carries a force nothing can interrupt, and both cards confirm that completely and loudly. Movement is not approaching slowly or cautiously. It already arrived and accelerates with each bold, deliberate step. Their physical world transforms visibly, and people around them witness a person acting with absolute fearless conviction. The timeline these cards confirm suggests days, not months, and that closeness adds tenderness to every moment. The cards peeled back a hidden layer just now, and what lives beneath this person truly stuns me. Their bravest exterior conceals a confession so tender that speaking it aloud would unravel them completely and instantly. This person holds a secret weighing heavier than anything carried before, and that secret is pure love. They rehearse declarations in empty rooms alone, testing phrases that never seem worthy of what they actually feel. The words dissolve before reaching open air because the magnitude of this emotion exceeds every language they possess. They compose messages at midnight only to delete them, and that cycle repeated more times than countable. Their confession is not casual at all. It is an earthquake wrapped carefully inside a whispered prayer. If you felt sudden warmth spreading through your chest, trust that sensation without questioning its validity. Your body recognizes truth faster than your thinking mind, and the physical response confirms what cards revealed. You are not inventing this connection from thin air, and believing in something invisible is not foolish. What your intuition detected was always accurate, and these cards validate every quiet knowing you held privately inside. The Nine of Pentacles exposes their hidden world first, and it reveals a carefully guarded self-sufficiency. The Nine of Pentacles confirms this person built an entire life independently, yet still aches for shared intimacy. They possess everything material comfort could provide, but the emptiness beside them at night moves their every thought. The nine reveals a person surrounded by abundance, who discovered that abundance without genuine love feels hollow. Their hidden confession involves admitting that success means nothing without sharing it, and that admission cost their pride. Loneliness disguised itself as independence for years, and this connection exposed that costume for what it truly is. Independence became their armor for so long, and confessing the need for partnership felt like total surrender. The magician arrives next in this section, and it reveals the creative vision they hold for union. The magician confirms this person possesses every tool required to manifest the connection, and their capability is extraordinary. They mentally constructed the blueprint of a shared life, and every detail was considered with consuming precision. The magician reveals this person believes in declaring intentions publicly, and a powerful declaration approaches them rapidly. Their hidden desire involves creating something together that neither could build alone, and that collaborative vision consumes them. The alchemy between independent lives merging into shared creation, that image lives permanently behind their closed, resting eyelids. What they crave goes beyond romance into the territory of legacy, and that craving moves even them. The Four of Swords completes this section, and it reveals exhaustion that unspoken love inflicted on them. The Four of Swords confirms this person reached a breaking point where silence became more painful than vulnerability. They rested in solitude from emotional overload, not indifference. And that rest period officially reaches its end. Their confession brewed during every quiet moment of forced stillness, and it matured into something undeniable. The words found their final shape during silent hours, and no further editing or hesitation remains necessary. The Four reveals a person who meditated on love until meditation became determination, and that shift is final. They are physically exhausted from hiding what their heart whispers, and the body cannot sustain that anymore. Headaches and sleeplessness accompanied this suppression, and the physical toll confirms the spiritual weight of what remains unspoken. Their hidden truth is devastatingly simple. They want to belong to this connection without reservation or exit strategy. The confessions beneath the surface tonight carry a purity, and no defense mechanism could corrupt or diminish them. Loving at this depth without expressing it became beautiful weight, and release approaches fast right now. This person will not carry this secret much longer, and the cards confirmed confession arrives with force. The vulnerability waiting to emerge from them will reshape everything both lives currently contain, and nothing stops it. We arrived at the final destination of this reading, and the closing cards carry extraordinary prophetic weight. Everything revealed across the previous 5 sections converges here, and the near future crystallizes with stunning clarity. The Wheel of Fortune appears as the first future card, and it announces a massive destined turning point. The wheel confirms cycles of waiting and confusion end, and a new rotation begins in your favor. Now, timing that felt cruel and random was actually precise, and the wheel validates every delay as divine orchestration. What arrives next was always scheduled for this exact moment, and nothing about its timing is accidental. The wheel confirms that luck and destiny conspire together, and the universe actively participates in this reunion. Circumstances that seemed impossible suddenly align effortlessly, and doors that were sealed shut swing wide open without warning. Judgment follows as the second future card, and it announces a profound awakening for both of you simultaneously. Judgment confirms a calling echoes between your souls, and answering it becomes the only honest remaining choice. This card represents a resurrection of something assumed gone, and that revival shocks everyone watching from outside. Love buried under doubt and distance rises from its resting place, and it returns stronger than before. Judgment demands honesty above all else, and the transparency approaching this connection will purify everything it touches completely. Old grievances dissolve under the weight of this awakening, and forgiveness flows naturally without anyone forcing its arrival. The Ten of Cups completes this reading as advice, and it offers the most beautiful guidance imaginable. The Ten of Cups advises accepting the emotional abundance approaching and welcoming it with open, trusting arms. Stop bracing for disappointment and start preparing for genuine happiness, because the Ten of Cups promises that family and home energy surround this card, and the advice includes building something permanent and rooted together. The Ten of Cups asks you to believe fairy tale endings exist because this reading proved one approaches. Allow yourself to envision shared mornings and quiet evenings because that vision holds more reality than fantasy. Trust the timing the universe orchestrated behind the scenes because every delay served a specific divine purpose. Let me bring the message full circle because this reading confirmed a singular truth from start to finish. A love like no other exists between you and this person is head over heels without any reservation. The Ace of Cups revealed emotional purity, and the Empress confirmed their nurturing, devoted, protective energy toward you. The Two of Wands showed intentional planning, and the Knight of Cups confirmed their graceful romantic approach. The Four of Cups honored your emotional exhaustion, and the High Priestess validated your deep, intuitive inner knowing. The Seven of Cups revealed your overwhelm, and the King of Pentacles confirmed their stable, devoted, grounded nature. The Devil exposed magnetic intensity of longing, and the Eight of Cups showed their courageous, painful departure. Temperance confirmed their journey toward balance, and the Page of Wands ignited bold, adventurous action into forward motion. The cards laid a trail from deep emotion to concrete action, and that trail leads directly to you. The Tower shattered old structures permanently, and the Nine of Pentacles revealed the emptiness behind their independence. The Magician showed their creative, powerful vision, and the Four of Swords confirmed exhaustion from carrying unspoken love. The complete arc of this reading traced a journey from hidden emotion to visible approaching manifest destiny. The Wheel of Fortune promised a destined turning point, and Judgment announced a profound mutual awakening between you. The Ten of Cups sealed this reading with genuine emotional abundance and deeply rooted, lasting happiness ahead. Visualize yourself standing in complete peace, surrounded by the love this reading described in extraordinary, vivid detail. That peaceful vision is not escapism or fantasy, and the cards confirmed its approaching reality with undeniable certainty. This is real, and this is happening right now. And this reading anchored that truth firmly into life. If this message touched something deep inside tonight, return and share when the love and name arrive.